Hello everyone. Well, it's been a long time. Been very, very busy. Work sucks, everyone knows that. And here it is, Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve. Can you imagine? And I've only wrapped 2 gifts. I wrapped them a few minutes ago, and then I thought, well, maybe I could wrap gifts. Maybe that's entertaining. So I could possibly show you guys a method I use for wrapping gifts that I've used for a long time. Works pretty well. It only uses 3 pieces of tape. And I'm completely underprepared for this. Not only is it the last minute, but I couldn't even find a scissors, so I'm using a knife, a ceramic knife, and a yardstick. Because why not? So, I guess for starters, the best thing you can do for this type of a gift, it's nothing breakable, and I think I had 3 subscribers. Why? But, just in case my sister is one of them, this is her gift, so I've already put it inside this box. You can't see what it is. I hope she likes it. If not, I kept the receipt, and they told me that she'd be able to exchange it 30 days after Christmas. So, preparedness. And I realized that I don't know if that's irony or not, but I'm not prepared. That's why I'm doing this last minute. But this method for wrapping a gift, I think it's pretty cool. And that happened. Trying to find the center for this. Pull this up. That's about right. Anyway, the 3 I used, like I said earlier, I used 3 pieces of tape, but I never actually taped anything to the actual box itself. And I think that's kind of a neat way of doing things. Let's see. I'll go up to right about there-ish. Yeah, that's pretty good. And let's try this. Safety first. There we go. That's not too bad. Let's roll up this. So I've actually got one more gift to wrap for her. So I need to keep some of this stuff around. And I'll try to use the same method for that piece as well. While you're just staring at this partially wrapped box right now. And there, that's set that aside. Alright. Bring this back to center kind of an area. Alright, like I said, this method uses 3 pieces of tape, and it never actually tapes anything to the box. That makes the wrapping paper itself very reusable, for one. Makes it, I think, look very, very nice. Let's see, this is still kind of centered. First piece of tape, right here. And it's still not touching the actual box that everything's being held in. Now, this can get complicated. The first side is going to be the hardest. The second side is always going to be the easiest because it has a stationary point to work with. For now, we take this and press it into the center. Use your thumb to find the top of the box. Use that as your point to then flatten this out. Once you have this point flattened out, it's pretty easy to keep it flattened out. And keeping your thumb at the top, if your hands can do this, that's great. If your hands can't, I'm very sorry. Keeping your thumb at the top, put your little finger down at the bottom, smoothing this piece of paper against the side of the gift, and then follow your hand down to that point, find this edge, and I don't know if you can see it, but then you flatten down that bottom point as well. Turn. Alright, now we try to do the same method on this side. Sometimes it helps to hold the back when you press in like this. And by making these triangles, or however you want to call it, you can call it triangles. It's not going to make that much of a difference. Like I said, this first side is going to be the hardest, and doing this on camera does not help. Anyway, that's fairly secure. Come back over here, find it with your thumb, there. And with that, come back and flatten this down, like so. Flatten down with your thumb down to your little finger to down here. Find the edge. press down and flatten this side into a triangle. Now, can't show you with this side because I have to, I mean, it's just going to be complicated no matter how I do it, but I can kind of give you an idea. Take this edge, fold down. You don't have to go the whole way. It's, you know, whatever's comfortable. And then you don't have to fold it like this either, but I like to. Like that. Make sure you're not pressing the box in too far. And now you have this other triangle edge. Make sure it's flat. Fold it down as well. You can even fold it down to the edge to that, so you know it's going to go approximately where it should be. And then you take your second piece of tape and tape there. Now the cool thing about this is it actually, if they wanted to, they can open up one side of this box and just push one side and it'll just fly out for them. But now we've got two sides. None of the tape is actually sticking to the box itself. And I can kind of give you a better example of how this works. See, I'm using my thumb to find the edge of the box. And then I have this back edge. I'm pulling tightly, I'm pushing forward like this. That gives me enough to know what I'm doing. I can hold that down and then just flatten this edge out. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but the cool thing about this is it doesn't have to look perfect. Just the fact that it's not, you know, nothing is taped onto the box and it'll slide right off as soon as they start opening it. That's gonna wow them a little bit, I think. You received compliments for wrapping gifts. One year I even wrapped my own gifts because my parents were thinking that would be funny. And here we go. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, then we can fold this down like so. Hold on. Like that, make sure it's nice and tight. You still don't have to tape. And then this piece will come down here. Now I'm taking a while to do this. It's because it's on doing this on video. This should be, let's see, right down to that edge there. Fold, fold, and like that. And that is the third piece of tape. And this is the wrapped gift then. You'll know which way is the bottom because I flipped it over and folded this down first. It's 3 pieces of tape. The wrapping paper is completely, it's taped onto itself, but it's taped onto the side. You can slice it and cut this into smaller pieces to wrap smaller gifts, however you want to do it. And it's completely self-contained. It doesn't rattle around because I was smart and you can't shake it and figure out what it is. And that's how I wrap gifts. That's a good example anyway. See? Nice edge. Nice edge. Voila. Which one is the front? I think this is the front, right here. Yeah. So I just need to get a little card put on here and write down a name. We'll just pretend that I do that. All right. Hope you enjoyed.